Hello, good morning. It usually takes a little longer than that to pick up. So, good morning, good morning. Oh, my hair is kind of wild, weird. And I'm not wearing makeup today because I just. So today we are going to continue the declutter. I pulled this mess off of my shelf. Okay, y'all. I fought this for so long. Oh, I fought this for so long. If you're here, um, label maker. Golly Moses, it was, and I was crazy to fight it. I was like, we don't need that. And now that we have it, I absolutely love it. Now, I have a whole bunch of white labels, and then I also have a few that have colors on them. So if I want to fiddle around with that, I can fiddle around with that. That is something that we're obviously going to keep. This is really don't want to open it, but I'm going to. These are the kind of things that are in my office that don't really belong here. This is a toolkit. And yes, it's pretty much specifically for a lot of computer stuff, but it doesn't belong here. It belongs with all the tools. So that is going to go to another space. It's going to leave my office because it doesn't belong here. This is more filming equipment. I've got a stack here where we'll be putting that in it. It'll have its own space eventually. So right now we're just kind of gathering it up. A lot of companies like to send stickers and things like that. And being the sentimental person that I am, I tend to keep them. But I've just decided that, you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore. It's kind of a weird hoarding thing almost. Um, so they go by. That is progress for me. To not have to hang on to everything. And again, this is swag from the company that I have my website. And I like the company and all, but it's for making certain amounts of revenue and stuff like that. And then they send me stickers and I don't need them. I don't need them. It's kind of nice, whatever. But I don't need to freely advertise for someone else. Also, oh man, am I a sucker for a lanyard, right? Um, so this is going to go with this. This is going to go here. And when I say I'm a sucker for a lanyard, okay, so here's one. And I just opened it. There's another one. I don't need to keep that. These are attached to name tags. The next ones I'm going to show you. Well, this isn't. I mean, this one I'll keep because I will. Somebody bought that for me for my, I think, 60th birthday. And so I'll share that with another birthday girl. This was for my college reunion, and I don't need this stuff. Oh, but I kept it because nostalgia, sentimentality, and actually, this is one of the best lanyards I've ever had. Now, for those who don't know, and don't need my tag in there, my name on it. But I have one for me, and I had one for my husband. And what's really cool about this one is it's got room for a name tag on the front. If you've got like dream tickets or whatever, that went in the back. And then if you didn't want to carry a purse or something and you needed ID and some money, you could put that in the middle. These I will keep because even for traveling, I wouldn't mind having that, sticking it inside, or having it close by where I don't have to carry a bunch of stuff. However, one of my business mentors used to have retreats, and I used to keep these. I went to every single one she ever had, and I had the best time. I met the best people. So that's why I kept them around. These were mentored retreats, and off they go because she's no longer doing the retreats. We really miss. And I thought about doing them myself, but I'm not sure my business friends are into that. I liked it for the networking more than anything. I even bought special. She bought special lanyards. I bought a couple special lanyards, uh, and they served their purpose for some time. This was another seminar that I went to, um, and what I really loved about this on our lanyards, because we all understood this. This is my disc profile. I talked about the fact that I coach disc. Um, this is me. This is me right here. And so I'm outgoing. I love to support people. I have some pretty good drive. My organizational skill, not the best. Fortunately, I'm married to someone who's really good at it. So he can take my brain and put it together. So anyway, I'm going to keep this one just because I think that's really cool. I used to volunteer. Okay, this is from 2016. I used to volunteer for our local work camp group, and we only did it 1 year, which is a bummer. But again, little buttons, all that kind of stuff. It's going. It's got to go. Uh, Again, this is the one, my business mentor, and I these were not my favorite. I think kids would love them, but they were not. They were certainly not my favorite, and so yeah. See, I even wrote where they were. Like this was at Carolina Beach in August of 2021. Um, so at least I wrote that one down. But oh gosh, I had so much fun, like I said, and I met so many people and I learned so much. There was only one that I went to that I didn't get a ton out of it. And it was really because I honestly wasn't qualified to be there. But because I had been to all the other ones, she was like, sure, come on. And I ended up being pretty frustrated with it, which is interesting because one of my friends actually came out of it with a job. So that was interesting. She's no longer with that company, but it launched her and gave her a very different perspective on herself, which was it's really been cool to watch her grow into the person she is. And she's not much older than my children. So even though she's a colleague and someone I really respect because she's really good at a lot of things that I'm not good at. So that makes me respect her even more. Just to watch her work, and it's interesting because it helped me uh, respect my own children even more because I've watched not only her triumphs but her struggles as well. So actually, you know what? I'm sitting here trying to take this apart. There's no reason to take it apart. I'm just going to take out the little paper thing. See what I mean about my brain goes in weird. So anyway, put that back. So there's yet another lanyard. You thought I was kidding, right? Nope, not at all. This was two different ones. So I'll be removing my name from those. Oh, goodness me. Sometimes they come out easier than others. But this will get rid of a whole bunch of stuff. It doesn't look like it's a big deal, like it's much stuff, but once I get finished with it, and I'm not sure I'm even going to finish in the next 5 minutes, which is the declutter time that I've had, but um, I've kind of come to this perspective of, if something happened to me tomorrow, what would I want? And this is from, I know that this comes from think about Heidi or Swedish death cleaning. What do you want your kids to have to clean up? What do you want them to have to get rid of? I was talking to one of my family members recently, and they're like, I don't want anything of my parents. And I think my kids are kind of the same. They don't really want anything from our home. They're not nostalgic. And that's okay. Some people are, some people aren't. Um, I do have a few things I'd like to pass along, even if it's not to them. Now, I have all sons, so that does color things a little bit, I think. But the person I was talking to the other day was a female, and she was like, I don't want anything from my mom. And she's like, I know it means a lot to her, but it doesn't mean anything to me. And I get it. I have kids that are the same way. So you have to do what works for you, and we don't need all this clutter. We don't need things that people have given us that we keep because we feel obligated. And I know a lot of people in my generation are like that. It's like, well, it was great aunt so and so's, and it's like, so what? Who cares? I do have some things here. I have the birth certificate or the marriage certificate from my husband's grandparents. It's not the actual birth certificate or marriage certificate. It's the um, decorative one, I guess you would call it. But sorry, I'm a little parched. But it's how to explain it. We lived in their house, and my husband's grandma, her husband died about a year before my husband was born. And I don't know what has happened to the journal, but I read her journal once that said that showed her absolute. Well, first there was her absolute just devastation over losing her husband, and then the rebound of that was that she um, the first happy thing that happened for her was my husband's birth. And reading that was just wonderful. And I really wish I still had that. If I had that journal, I would keep it just because of that for him. So anyway, so there you go. Maybe I am gonna make it through, although I only have 2 minutes left. Okay, these I'm gonna go ahead and keep. And this sounds crazy, but these are all different colored glasses, and maybe for some of the videos that I'm gonna do, and these are like funky glasses. Those I'm going to keep for at least a little while. Even if something happened to me at this point in my life, my grandkids would have fun with it. And this is a milestone pin with my my website. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that just because it's a small little reminder of the success that I had. So, and here's some things that are like, do I even keep these anymore? This is a solar calculator. I should ask my husband or ask my kids if they want them. And this one was fun because, it has a tape to go with it. So kids seem to have a lot of fun with stuff like that. So I may go ahead and offer this one up to my son for his daughter to play with. And we'll be seeing them in the next week. Um, so yeah, so there's a bunch of lanyards right there that are going out of my life. And little things like this. Like I don't even remember where I got this. It's cute and all, but what am I going to use it for? I do have some family members who love Disney, so I may just put that out there and say, if anybody wants it, it's yours. So a lot of stuff cleaned out of here. And like I said, I'm going to see if my son wants these, talk to my husband, because the one is his, and say, hey, is it okay if I get rid of Why not? Well, darn it. How much is it? Anyway, I'm going to put a few things back in here so it's just in way better shape than it was. And I will have a lot more space in there. And there's probably, I don't know, 15 to 20 items that I've decluttered off that shelf. So even if that's all that happens, I've got that going for me. And I'm going to pull back these. These are refills for my printer, my label printer, which I, again, highly recommend to everyone to have one because it just makes storing things so much easier, including things that like I freeze. Uh, we put a label on that, and my husband, genius that he is, when we cut the labels, we only take half of the sticky part off because it's split in the middle, and then it's easy to take them off. So there's your great tip for the day to end the stream. So you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all on the flip side. I'll see you tomorrow, actually. And let me look real quick. Tomorrow, let's see. Tomorrow I'll be going live at noon. So I'll see you then. Have a good one, everybody. Love you all. See you then.